We have a major New York Yankees update in regards to one of the star players on this team who is desperately needed for playing a position that very few people on the Yankees roster right now can play, with multiple people speaking out on, and this is wild as Yankee fans are calling for a 19-year-old stud who's gotten some wild comparisons to jump up and now get to the MLB level in record time. We're going to break all this down. A lot to talk about. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And if you guys are subscribed to Yankees Digest, we appreciate it. But if you're part of that 68% that's not, what are you doing, man? Come on. If you're watching the videos, you're enjoying them, hit the subscribe button. It really helps out the channel a ton. We're on that grind right now. I'm the only guy left on Yankees Digest, so I'm pushing really hard for you guys. Let's keep it going, and let's have some fun. Guys, as we know, the New York Yankees have had a very solid season thus far. It's really been impressive what the Yankees have been able to do, despite the fact that they've had a bunch of issues with their pitching. On top of that, they've also dealt with a few injuries, and one of the newest ones is the Jazz Chisholm Jr. As we know, he went down after sliding into third base for the New York Yankees. Now, on top of that, he hurt himself before he was swinging the bat. He took a swing against the Orioles, just did not work out very well. Clearly started grabbing at his oblique. And, well, from there on, he looked uncomfortable. However, he was able to get a hit. He was able to get to the third base, and from there, he did come out of the game. Now, Jazz Chisholm has spoken out a lot on getting hurt right now, and Aaron Boone has also talked about it a bunch, and it has led to some pretty insane discourse between New York Yankees fans, who some are for this, some are against it. Some people think that the people for this are insane. So, let's dive into it. As we know, Jazz Chisholm went down with an injury, and Greg Joyce of the New York Post mentioned that Jazz Chisholm insists he's not concerned about his oblique, or as he and the Yankees initially called for it, his flank discomfort that forced him to leave Tuesday's game in the top of the first inning. But an MRI exam on Thursday back in New York will be the ultimate judge of that. On top of that, we also saw Jazz say, I'm really not as concerned as everybody else. I feel pretty good. I've torn my oblique before, so I know it's not torn or anything. I can cough without any pain. It was just to be cautious, not to try to overdo it. I'd rather take 2 to 3 days off than 6 weeks. Essentially saying Jazz Chisholm came out of the game, according to him, for precautionary reasons. He didn't have to. He could have played through it if need be. If it's the MLB playoffs, if you need Jazz Chisholm in the game, then Jazz would have stayed in the game. However, this is not that. It's April 30th, so where we're at right now, the New York Yankees do not at all need to rush Jazz Chisholm back, and Jazz has said he's coming out of the game precautionary. He's fine with missing 2 to 3 games as long as it's not 6 weeks from a torn oblique. So he doesn't want to damage his oblique further, but clearly there is an injury there, whether it's just sore, whether he just has like a bit of a strain, whether he pulled it. If he pulled it, he's going to miss a good amount of time, or if he tore it, he's going to miss a good amount of time as well. But as where things stand right now, Jazz is adamant that he hasn't torn his oblique because he could cough without feeling pain, unlike last time around when he did tear his oblique. And apparently that was an issue for him. But Jazz, he's had a very interesting season with the New York Yankees. I mean, he's got a 1.1 WAR, which is one of the highest on the New York Yankees. But he's also batting a 181. He has 7 home runs. He has 19 hits and 105 at-bats. And 7 home runs out of your 19 hits and you have 7 home runs is just absolutely absurd. That's really wild. It's a very interesting season by Jazz Chisholm, to say the least. He's got 17 RBIs on top of that. Now, his OPS is a 714, which is a little bit below his average. His slugging percentage is a little bit down. It has been a down year more than anything, given even with the home run increase. Especially that was in the beginning of the year. Jazz has really slowed down. He's in a rut right now. So, honestly, him taking 2 to 3 days off, and hopefully it is just that, will and should be able to get him back healthy onto the field and really starting to get things going, as he's been in a massive rut. And sometimes coming back from injury can help that. Just getting a few days off, getting them mentally reset, then you get back out there, you're eager to play. You're not thinking about, hey, well, I've been struggling recently. You're thinking about just getting back out to the plate, getting back onto second base for the first time, and things do start to change. So hopefully for Jazz, that's exactly what's going to happen, because there is a lot of thought surrounding what to do with Jazz Chisholm. Now, Jazz, in his time with the New York Yankees, he has been very successful. He's got a .238 batting average with 67 hits, 18 home runs, 40 RBIs, and 45 runs scored in 76 games. Last season, he was phenomenal. Had an .825 OPS with the Yankees, a slugging percentage at .500. He was really looking good, a .273 average, so he's definitely been down, and the Yankees do need to find a way to get Jazz going again. So, again, I think that him taking a few days off might not actually be the worst thing in the world for this New York Yankees team. All this being said, where the Yankees stand right now, they are going to need Jazz down the line. Now, Aaron Boone has also talked a bit about where Jazz is at right now. And as we know, Jazz is also speaking on it. So this is something that we are going to continue to see. But just diving in and seeing what else there really is. I mean, Aaron Boone said he seems to be doing good, but he's definitely got something going on with the oblique. He told me I'm fine. I just don't know about that, but we'll see what we have. Jazz also spoke on it, again, saying, I kind of know my body. I guess these things right most of the time. I would know if I'm super in pain or my stuff is messed up like that. So Jazz is adamant that he's going to be fine, that he's going to be back in a few days, and I'd rather that happen. I know Jazz is a polarizing player with the Yankees right now because he's really, really having a lot of fun out there, and he's not a very orthodox type of New York Yankee, but at the same time, he does give the Yankees a lot to like as a fan, and it's just a matter of if he can get that hitting back under control. He's been an elite fielder. He's a great base runner. He does a lot of good. It's just a matter of finding that bat once again, something that he had going in the beginning of the season. So I do believe Jazz is going to bounce back at some point. It's just been a rough beginning to the season. That happens. It's not something to freak out about. I don't think the panic button is too high. However, New York Yankee fans around social media and everything, they've been talking a lot about this, and they want the 19-year-old phenom, the top prospect on the New York Yankees, George Lombard Jr., to get called up to the team now that we're seeing Jazz down with an injury. Now, a lot of people would not expect this to happen. I mean, you look at the Yankees' top prospect list, and Lombard is the number one prospect and one of two guys who plays the infield who's on this top 10 in the prospect list. Now, the other one is Roderick Arias, who's even lower. George Lombard is high A. Roderick Arias is regular A. So still rookie ball stuff for both these guys. So to see George Lombard Jr. get called up to play second base while Jazz is out would be absolutely unheard of, specifically regarding the fact that Lombard is not on this 40-man roster. So it's the Yankees would have to add him to it. They'd have to take someone off the 40-man roster. That would lead to a DFA. It would be a whole lot for the New York Yankees to land him and get him up here. And it would feel maybe a bit premature considering he's a 19-year-old. However, Lombard has shown a lot of potential. I mean, his OPS this season is good over the 9 range, and he's hitting the ball really well. He's hitting with power. He's doing everything you want to see out of George Lombard Jr. I mean, I'm really enjoying what we're seeing out of him, and I do think he's going to be one of the best players in baseball for the New York Yankees. I think he's going to be able to play second base, third base, shortstop, whatever you need out of George Lombard Jr. He's shown that he's going to be able to do it. I mean, he's taking walks well. He's hitting the ball well. He's getting a good batting average. I mean, everything you want to see out of George Lombard Jr. is what we're getting right now, and that is really, really a really good sign. Now, on top of that, New York Yankees insider Brian Hoke has spoken about Lombard Jr. specifically and what he sees in Lombard. And, well, this was a month ago that he said this, but the point stands that he said, when I talk to George Lombard Jr., I kind of feel like he's teenage Alex Rodriguez, just in terms of his confidence, his maturity. I think the kid's going to be a big league star. Now, A-Rod was not just a big league star. A-Rod was one of the best players for the New York Yankees historically. I mean, the man showed up, won 3 MVPs there. He was absolutely phenomenal. Won a World Series in 2009. He was the best player for most of the playoffs. I mean, Matsui was the best player in the World Series. That's why he won the World Series MVP, and his numbers were absolutely insane. But throughout that playoff series, whether it was against the Angels, no matter what, Alex Rodriguez was balling, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. I know a lot of people don't like Alex Rodriguez. I am a huge fan of A-Rod. I'm going to back him, so it is what it is. But with Lombard getting all this high praise, and specifically being regarded to A-Rod, a guy who started when he was 18 years old in the MLB, and I know things have changed and we don't see that as much anymore, but because of that, maybe there's some reasoning to think that, all right, well, maybe the Yankees are more interested than meets the eye. However, it goes against most things that Brian Cashman does, and as we all know, Brian Cashman did not bring Alex Rodriguez up when he was 18 because Alex Rodriguez was on the Mariners. So it's unlikely that we see George Lombard Jr. come up. I don't really want him to. Let him burn for a few years. Let him get things going. Don't bring him up at a high A. Let him get to Double A, which will probably happen in the middle of this season, somewhere around the summer. He'll play Double A out. Next year, he'll start up in Triple A if the Yankees want to fast track him, which goes against everything we'd expect about the Yankees. Then he'll play a bit, maybe half a season in Triple A, and then get called up July, June of 2026. But it's most likely that we do see him join the Yankees around 2027. However, we'll see what happens. Things can change fast in the MLB, and you look at George Lombard Jr., absolutely rip a double right now. The man's looking like he definitely can move up. I mean, he's hitting with power. He's hitting opposite field. He's running like a madman. Slides into second base right there. Well, he doesn't slide, actually. I thought he did slide, or he was going to. But I'm thinking of when he stole third base on the next play after that. So shout out to George Lombard Jr. Continue to keep cooking. You will get your shot. With Jazz, I do think he'll be back soon. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.